Hi, thanks for joining us once again. Thanks for tuning in. Joe DiMatteo of the Ask the Pharmacist broadcast, the radio broadcast. Go to our website at lenandjoe.com or to mscompounding.com. Get some information about what we're about, what we do, about compounding of certain components, about medications, and at lenandjoe.com, all about natural health. You'll also see on there our live broadcasts or rebroadcasts of the radio programs and get a feel for the other areas that we can offer you and what we talk about in the way of health and about natural health. We talk about everything from pharmaceuticals, how medications affect your body, what your natural alternatives are, what you can incorporate, what you can do, and certainly what you can't do. What we're going to talk about here today is metabolism boosting, how to ramp up, how to crank up, how to boost the metabolism. Is there such a thing? You know, we've talked often about dietary components, weight loss components, and how do you lose weight? Big thing. Everybody wants to lose weight. And that's not what this is about today. This is going to be having an understanding about foods that are more metabolically active, that will consume and cause a burn that is greater than what they add to you. And I know that sounds odd, but you see, when you take in certain foods, they have to be broken down, they have to be metabolized. In other words, it takes a certain amount of energy to actually process those foods. When that happens, I now expend a certain level of kilocalories to do work. As I do that, I can either have foods that still add a tremendous amount of caloric value because I don't have to expend much in the way of calories or kilocalories to do work at a cell level, or I can actually have to expend more to process it, hence having a net negative, not a net positive in the way of calorie addition. I actually burn more. So let's get into the basics. Don't starve. You want to lose weight. You want to boost your metabolic burn and rate. Do not starve yourself. When you starve yourself or you go into a starvation mode, you actually turn down your metabolic rate. The principal way that is done is through your thyroid. You see, your thyroid has the ability, you make T4. We have a thyroid video as well that you might want to go back and watch this and learn from this as well. You have a thyroid production of T4. It is then converted in your periphery as well as in your liver to the active form, which is called free T3s. That's what you use to generate energy at a cell level. But you also can convert to reverse T3. That would be equivalent or synonymous to you putting your car in neutral. While the engine's running, it's in neutral, but you accelerate the pedal, the car doesn't move, because you are metabolically, mechanistically in this case, in neutral. You can put your body in neutral. You do that by converting to reverse T3. When you starve, that's what you do. So the old adage that you have to feed yourself is true. Be careful of low-cal diets. That's not the answer. Low-calorie diets are not the answer. Low-fat diets aren't necessarily the answer. High protein and no-carb diets or very low-carb diets aren't necessarily the answer. They're temporary fixes. They may help you lose weight temporarily, but you're not resetting the metabolic rate. You're not resetting your burn rates. Too many carbs, too many refined carbohydrates, too many foods that are very high in refined carbohydrate are a problem. High sugar, high processed and refined products are a problem. Too many folks don't have enough physical activity. We've talked about low thyroid function or inadequate thyroid function. We've talked about high stress. High levels of stress encourage high cortisol production. High cortisol production reduces the acuity of your thyroid, not actually the production, but it reduces conversion, and it also reduces thyroid receptor activity. So the more stress I'm under, higher cortisol production creates a huge problem. Another thing that will interfere with this is bad fat consumption. I eat a lot of deep fried, a lot of rancid fats. What you do is you actually can interfere with conversion factors from a thyroid hormone. You produce more inflammation which will interfere, we call pro-inflammatory cytokines, which will interfere with this process. The more good fats, I improve insulin acuity. I improve insulin uptake and insulin utilization. Hence, I work better with sugar or carbohydrates, etc., whatever I've consumed, as the end product is being broken down, and then how I take it into my cells. So whatever number we're on, we've got to be careful of high stress and how that affects us. It will make you gain weight. High cortisol will encourage fat deposition because it also drives down DHEA. When you're under high levels of stress, what will happen is your DHEA levels will invert, they will go down, your cortisol levels will stay high. You will not have a balance effect. By not having a balance effect, you do not stay in an anabolic mode. An anabolic mode means that I maintain lean muscle mass, I maintain connective tissue, I maintain bone mass. High stress affects us. We need to deal with that. Stress reduction, deep breathing, physical activity and exercise, adrenal support preps, all can support and help. Multiple meals a day, does that work? Yes. Small meals, maybe up to 5 or 6 a day, small amounts. What it does is it sends the signals to the body continuously that I am active, I am vibrant, I need to burn, I need to use, and I need to continue to generate energy. When I go long periods of time, starvation type modes, I eat 1 meal a day, etc., what I'm doing is I'm going to convert or encourage my body to move into a reverse T3 mode, neutral, metabolic neutrality. I will turn down the thermostat. This is what I'm doing. See, some folks just think, well, I heard that you slow down your metabolism, and we have no real concept of how that happens. There is a physiologic reason to why that happens. It's how your body will conserve energy because your body's perception is, I'm starving, I'm in a starvation mode. The thyroid is the controlling factor there. Small multiple meals. I believe this is going to turn into a 2-part series. So this is going to be Boost Your Metabolism 1. We're going to do Boost Your Metabolism 2 right around the bend. I must tell you that a key component is the importance of understanding resistance training. I hope you like how casual we are in these little teaching segments. I hope you understand what we're after here. We just want to teach you. We want to make sure you understand the depths of we believe nutrition and metabolic nutrition and how to enhance your health. So we don't get too hung up on the details or the minor things. Resistance exercise, resistance training. Why that? Why don't I just get on a treadmill? How come I just don't do that? Well, first of all, you should change up your exercise routine. Literally because it almost keeps your body guessing. Not only you want to do the same thing all the time, you want to do things that are more challenging to your physical body, and you don't just want to do aerobic. Now, I know there are going to be those of you out there that are going to hear that and that are going to scoff at that, and that's ridiculous. I can go and burn 400 calories. You got to follow my rationale here. It's not about that. Because once I step off of that machine, if I haven't built lean muscle mass, I have shot myself in the foot. By building lean muscle mass, I will become a more active metabolic burning machine. I'm going to stop our presentation here. You're going to have to stay tuned for Boost Your Metabolism Part 2. This is Boost Your Metabolism Part 1. We're going to pick it up right where we left off. I encourage you to go to lenandjoe.com or go to the lenandjoe.com, view when we do our radio broadcasts, where we are. You can download them, you can do podcasts, we have products available, and we have loads of these other teaching videos and segments available for you, along with past radio show programs. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for Boost Your Metabolism Part 2.